I don't know if you know, but I'm not just a pastor at North Village Church, but I also have been dabbling in stand-up comedy in bars around Austin, and I just basically talk about being a pastor and trying to draw out what's funny about that, and so I tell them things like, I'm like a spiritual Liam Neeson. Yeah, like I don't know who they are, but I will find them and I will pray for them. Yeah, one guy came up to me after a show one time and he said, did my grandma tell you to come find me? I was like, no. Another guy was so excited, he like gave me a hug and he said, hey man, you're stronger than I thought. And I was like, thanks. And then his friend said, yeah, of course, he's been fighting demons all week. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, when I meet people and I tell them I'm a pastor, like they get a little nervous or they like turn up the religious chat. Like they say things like, oh, my uncle's a deacon. I was like, that's cool. My grandmother was a missionary. One guy even started saying, heaven, yeah. I was like, that felt kind of forced, right? But I get it, right? People don't know what to do when they meet a pastor, and then I'm trying to do comedy, and then it's like, like one guy came up to me after a show, and he's like, so you're a pastor? And I was like, yeah. He's like, so are you here working on material for your sermon? And I was like, no, that was me trying to be funny, actually. And now people in our church are like, are you trying to do your comedy bits in your sermons? And I'm like, no, that was me trying to teach the Bible, but thanks for that, right? People say that the worst part about church is like just filled with a bunch of hypocrites, right? You hear that, right? But I think you're looking at it all wrong, right? I mean, think about those moments in life when you're feeling really discouraged or you're frustrated or you're sad, and then you think about that hypocrite in the church. And you feel better about yourself, right? It's like going to the gym and seeing that person who's a little more out of shape than you are, right? It gives you hope. Or going to a wedding where one person isn't as attractive as the other, and you're like, oh, it can happen, right? I mean, if hypocrites in the church were living their best life, then it would make sense to hate them, right? It's like those people at CrossFit. They're the worst, right? But hypocrites in the church, we're like holding the world together, right? Hey, how many people do we have right now that are involved with fostering and adoption? Put your hands up if you're involved with fostering and adoption. Yeah, put your hands high. Yeah, let's give a round of applause for these people. Yeah, that's a huge win. Like these are people that paid for a ticket and they're paying for childcare. So it's like we should take an offering just for them tonight, right? How many people do we have here that are involved in social work or support staff for Foster Village? Put your hands up. Any support staff, social work? Yeah, let's give a round of applause for those people. It's fantastic. Pastors and social workers kind of similar, right? Like we get involved in like the messiness parts of life, and then we say to people, I got a phone number for you to call. Hold on. But I'm not just a pastor. Like, I also turned 50 this year. That's pretty exciting. Yeah. I didn't know people applaud for you when you turn 50. They're like, you're not dead. Yay. I knew I was getting old when I started watching Paramount Plus. I was just like, this is me. I can't do Netflix. Netflix is scary, right? But I like doing 50, right? When I was younger, I was always like, there's no telling how smart I'm going to be. There's no telling all the things I'm going to accomplish. And now I know. This is it, right? I've arrived. It's weird getting older, right? I mean, like I went to Wells Fargo last week, and like things have changed. It's just like I went inside the building, it's just like. The lady behind the counter was like, hey, everything you need, it's online. I was like, yeah, but I'm already here. And she's like, yeah, but everything you need, it's on the app. I said, look, lady, I work as a pastor. So, like, I already deal with one invisible entity all day. Like, I don't need another. Like, I want to see my overdraft fees face to face like a normal human being, right? Yeah, I'm not not just a pastor. I've also been married 26 years this June. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, thank you. Can happen. You can do it. 26 years of marriage, it's not the kids that are hard. It's not the in-laws. It's really Amazon. Like, I walked into our bedroom, and my wife has like 3 boxes of shoes from the same store, same size, same brand. And I'm like, babe, what are we doing? And she looked at me like that was the dumbest question I could ever ask. Like, they tell us that we should invest in technology companies, and I'm like, we should invest in the people that make cardboard boxes. Like, every time my wife clicks purchase, I can hear a tree in Oregon cry. And then don't even get me started on the Amazon drivers, right? I mean, this guy walked past me the other day, and he said, hey, how do you like those sheets you got for your bed? I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, this whole time, I thought we were supposed to be worried about Alexa, and I need to be worried about Steve, the Amazon driver. Yeah, as he's walking away, he's like, tell Holly I'll see her tomorrow. Like, for what, brunch? Like, what's going on? Hey, I'll end with this, and, let's just remember we're just having fun, right? We're just being silly. We're not taking things too serious. So let's talk about Elon Musk, right? Remember when Elon Musk was in the news for a whole, like, my heart goes out to you, right? And everybody's like, oh, no, like, he's on the spectrum, right? And then you got Mark Zuckerberg, he's before Congress, he's a little awkward. And no, he's on the spectrum, right? And then you have Peter Thiel, who created PayPal, and he's a little robotic. And everybody's like, no, he's on the spectrum. Like, this whole time I'm thinking to myself, like, how do you get on the spectrum, right? Autism, right? I mean, it doesn't work out for everybody, but, like, hang in there. Like, like, my kids are grown today, but if their counselors ever told me that they were on the spectrum, I'd be so excited. Like, I got told things like, your kids play well with others. Your kids are well liked by their peers. That sounds like somebody who's going to be living paycheck to paycheck. That sounds like somebody who's going to be asking me for money one day. You show me a kid standing in the corner, rocking back and forth and doing calculus in his head, that's the dream of every parent, right? And this whole time, they're like, we really should research the Amish community because there's no cases of autism, but I'm not so sure. Like, the Amish are a people who build barns in 14 hours. That's pretty autistic, right? I mean, these are a people who, like, live off by themselves, wear the same clothes, and don't use electricity. Can you think of anything more autistic than that? Like, yeah. Hey, guys, I've just been dabbling. You've been a great crowd, but the rest of these guys are professionals. And so y'all get ready to laugh for our first comedian tonight. His name is Eric Snader. Give it up. Get excited. Thank you so much.